Welcome back, America. We're here with the expert of experts, retired four-star General Jack Keane. General, we know that the Iranians were not interested in making a deal. We know that the President of the United States had multiple red lines, and very, very important red lines, which he put out in the first place. So they come to this negotiation, and they don't sound like they came to this negotiation with the idea of giving up. What do you make of all this?
Yeah, well, I think they likely came in with the idea that because of the pressure of the Straits of Hormuz, that we would make some concessions and bend to their will a little bit. I think they're pretty naive. It's not the first time, they miscalculated about American resolve and determination, particularly as it's associated with this president, who has a history of not taking any nonsense from them. So we're not surprised. They may be a little surprised. And listen, we got to get rid of this fiction that Gallup and the foreign minister and others that we're dealing with are not of the ilk of the previous leaders. I mean, clearly the other leaders led for a length of time, but they're all the same. That's just the reality of it. Gallup and the guy that's running the IRGC, Ahmad Vahidi, they are from the same stripe. They are hardcore, theocratic, tyrannical, brutal regimists. That's who they are. And this guy, Gallup, you know who his best friend in life was growing up? Qasem Soleimani. And they joined the IRGC together. And they've been helping each other throughout their careers until such time as Qasem Soleimani was taken down by the Trump administration. So we shouldn't be that surprised, that they're not taking a deal, because they're hardliners and they expect us to fold our hand. And we're not folding. And the good news is, I respect all the negotiators there, but our backstop, our number one backstop, who I'm confident they were talking to, is President Trump. And he's not going to take a bad deal here from these guys. So on the table certainly was number one issue. Nuclear. You do not enrich uranium. You give up all the enriched uranium you have. You give that up to us, or you give it up to somebody else, and we have inspectors there to verify that we're taking it out. And then all of your nuclear facilities that you have, now we've been bombing some of them, understand that, Mark, but all of those nuclear enterprises that you still have, they have to be dismantled, and that has to be verified. And then there's got to be, not stated in the deal there to us, but certainly on the table, is anytime, anywhere inspections. And why is that? Because you can't trust these guys. I mean, they lie and they cheat. That's just the reality of it. Also, on the table was you're going to have to make a deal so that there's peace in the region with the Arab allies and ourselves, but this is the vehicle for it. And you're no longer going to support your proxies. What brought us to this point with the Israelis and the Americans is after the 12-day war, we recognized through intelligence that the Iranians recommitted to all of their maximalist goals. After that, and after Midnight Hammer, that shut down most of their nuclear enterprise. And what does that mean? They began to accelerate the building of ballistic missiles under the ground. China was helping them do this, and they were doing it at a speed that alarmed the intelligence services, and that certainly got the attention of Prime Minister Netanyahu and our president as well. They started, Mark, funneling money through different networks to the proxies, hundreds of millions of dollars. They changed it, what central banks they were using. They were passing it through Istanbul as the last place to pass it through. So their support for the proxies and their determination to use the proxies to help destroy the state of Israel hadn't changed one bit. And they made a decision to recover their nuclear program, but they had not made a decision to execute it yet, because they knew full well we were watching all of it. But the commitment to recover it was made. And you put all of that together, plus the increase in drone development, and we knew full well it was just a matter of time that the regime would have a nuclear weapon capability, and also using all of their conventional means, as they have done before, to destabilize the region. So that clear-eyed thinking on the part of the Prime Minister and our President said, enough is enough. We have got to go after this and stop it once and for all. And that is kind of where we are right here.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.